Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vocast. I'm your host Drew, and we're going to be doing a reaction for the first video on the channel. I guess you could call me somewhat experienced trombone player of several years, played through middle school and high school, and I also piddle here and there on the guitar and the piano. And I will be doing primarily reactions, podcasts, interviews with some of your favorite vocalists, and some of my favorites myself. So, with that being said, let's get on to today's reaction. Full disclaimer, I am not a musical genius in any way, shape, or form. I'm just simply sharing my insight and my musical knowledge with you with these analyses and reactions that you'll be seeing on this channel. We'll talk about the podcast another time. But with these reactions, there's going to be a lot of stopping and starting, so just give you a heads up on that as well. So, we're going to be reacting to Voiceplay's cover of Hide and Seek today. I have not heard it completely. I did watch the preview, so let's jump right into it. All right, let's get into it, folks.
Ding dong, I know you can hear me. Open up the door. I only wanna play a little.
So, I'm stopping already just simply to call out the fact that Voiceplay brings Lauren Paley, the stairwell siren, into this, and I love it. I mean, you bring a TikToker into this, the one that arguably brought more fame to the song, and you just bring her into your cover of it. Lovely. So here at the beginning, there's really not too much happening. Of course, you got some really nice harmonies and such, but you've got the song going on in itself, but it's nice, light. They're keeping it kind of pulled back. It's really honestly a good thing for this piece because it's supposed to feel eerie and creepy. It's not supposed to be in your face, you know? So I'm gonna hit play again. We're gonna roll through it a little bit more and see what they've got in store for us.
Serpents and spiders, tail of a rat, calling the spirits wherever they're at. Ding dong.
So they've also got these dum-dum-dums. They've got them panned in each ear. So you go ding dum dum dum. If you're listening to this, you want to listen to it through headphones because this is one of those songs where you can't get the full experience without it. So I'm gonna back up another 5 seconds. That way you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about right here. So right as we're getting ready to go into the verse here.
Serpents and spiders, tail of a rat, calling the spirits wherever they're at. Ding.
How long did Jeff get there? Hold on.
Serpents and spiders, tail of a rat, calling the spirits wherever they're at.
So there's just a B1, or just a B1 there. Super comfy for Jeff, no problem. So let's see what this looks like.
Ding dong, I know you can hear me. Open up the door. I only wanna play a little.
Ding dong, you can keep me waiting. It's already too late for you to try and run away.
So I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this whenever you have been listening to this, if you've heard it before. I have, but the beatboxing in this changes up a little bit. I'm starting to notice because what a face, Lauren. Sorry. The beatboxing changes up a little bit and it keeps it nice and fresh. So good on Lane for that.
Window. Our eyes are locked together. I can sense your horror. Though
Did anyone notice that she had red eyes in that? Hello? Hang on.
I can sense your horror.
Right there!
Though I like to see closer.
Ding dong, here I come to find you. Hurry up and run. Let's play a little game. It'll be fun.
So this is something else that Voiceplay has kind of mastered in their years, is doing like the more animated songs, the stuff that comes from movies, from TV shows, you know, stuff that's very characterized music. You know, you see all the kind of music they do with like albums, of like Disney albums and such, you know, and they just seem to do character voices so well. I mean, even back with the Oogie Boogie song, you know, Jeff, I mean, you could see his range. It's pretty extensive. I mean, but he puts it to full effect with this character voice. He's like next to none with this. I mean, they're really good with this. So I'm gonna back it up a little bit, and you'll see just how much they get into the acting of this, and how much they get into the character voices. It really makes you feel like you're watching a movie in of itself.
You're seeing closer.
Ding dong, here I come to find you. Hurry up and run. Let's play a little game. It'll be fun.
Ding dong, where is it you've gone to? Do you think you won? Our game of hide and seek has just begun.
Hear your footsteps.
Hold on. So there's so much going on musically that it's really hard for me to start in any one place and try to evaluate it all. So I'm simply not gonna just like stop at every little interesting piece, because we would be here all day. Because we all know by now that Voiceplay is insane with their arrangements. Lane, hello, masterpieces. That aside though, I just wanted to make that note. So we're gonna back up here, and I'll show something. Jeff got pretty low here. I think this is far from his bottom of his range. Excuse me. So I want to hear again and see where he got.
Let's play a little game. It'll be fun.
Ding dong, where is it you've gone to? Do you think you won? Our game of hide and seek has just begun.
I hear your footsteps.
A flat. So that's G sharp. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. I need to turn off the sustain on this before I use it again. I don't think I can. Whatever. Anyway, back to it.
Footsteps.
Ooh, okay. So what Lane just did there, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know how to do it, but I just want to say that that's pretty cool. So go back and listen to it again. Oh my god! Good job, Lauren.
I hear your footsteps.
But it sounds like, almost sounds like, I can't do it right, but you see what I'm saying? This is insane. The man the voices that this man can make, in addition to arranging for these people, Lane is nuts, man.
I can hear your sharp breath.
Another G sharp for Jeff there.
Just wait, you can't hide from me.
I'm coming.
Just wait, you get it from me.
I'm coming. Just wait.
I love it.
You can't hide from me. I'm coming.
Whew. Look at that bass line, y'all. Hang on.
I'm coming. Just wait. You can't hide from me. I'm coming.
I'm coming. G sharp to A, back to G sharp.
I'm coming. Just wait. You can't hide from me.
I can't even. I need to hear this again. One more time. I think I can figure this out on my own. That sounds like an E. E6? Is it? E flat 6? No. Oh my god. That is an E flat 6 from Lauren there. That's pretty sweet. Whew. Okay. Alright, let's go back. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I mean, just listen to that articulation. Listen to how punctual it is, how on point it is. Don't ask me to repeat that noise. Listen to how punctual this is, how articulate, how precise. It sounds so beautiful, yet it's so on point. It's insane. Listen to this. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Insane. And those are just, and I mean, that's not, those aren't just easy notes to like just hit in a run like that. That's da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I mean, it goes from sixteenths to eighths in the measure, and that's not exactly easy to do. Like, even if you're doing it slower, like if you're doing it this fast with these specific notes in this run going or descending, beats me, man. They're talented.
Knock, knock, I am at your door now. I am coming in. You better hurry.
No reason to ask.
I'm inside your room now. Where is it you've hid? Our game of hide and seek's about to win.
Come closer.
Looking underneath your bed.
Another A flat there from Jeff. Good stuff.
Not here, I wonder.
Could you be inside the closet? Ding dong, I have found you. Ding dong, you were hiding here. Now you're ding dong, finally found you here.
Oh, dude, that air guitar was panned too. Listen.
Ding dong, finally found you here.
Ding dong, looks like we have won. Now you're in. Ding dong, pay the consequence.
Ding dong, looks like we have won. Now you're it. Ding dong, pay the consequence. Hurry back,
Ah,
hurry back.
ah, that's so cool. Okay, so there's like way more to talk about than I will have time for, but there's some bits in here that I want to go back and show you. So whenever, so let me go back to the part where Lauren starts her whispering as we're kind of walking the piece out. It's starting to quiet down, you know?
Ding dong, looks like we have won. Now you're it. Ding dong, pay the consequence.
This creates what we call musical contrast, where, I mean, it's like I said earlier with Lane's beatboxing, is that you never want it to be stale. If it gets stale, people want to stop listening. And then, I mean, if it gets too stale, they will literally stop listening in the middle of the song. So this is something that Voiceplay is also really good at, is creating musical contrast and vocal contrast, is just keeping it spiced up a little bit. And they don't change it too radically either. That's the beautiful part, is that they change it just enough for it to be interesting, but they don't change it so much that it feels like a different song completely. And it keeps a very nice balance. So whenever like everyone comes from this, we're all coming down from this gigantic wall of sound, and then at this point we're basically at the end point of the song, and Lauren's whispering at this point. You know, it gives this little creepy vibe in addition to the vocal contrast. So, I mean, coming from a wall of sound, like not even like 20 or 30 seconds ago, right here.
You were hiding here. Now you're ding dong, finally found you here.
I don't know if anyone notices this, but does it seem like the ghosts that are flying around on the screen, does it sound like they're singing? Because it almost, to me, these look like they're panned. Like, as they're flying, it's almost like the sound is flying with it. So, I wonder who did it. I want to listen.
Now you're ding dong, finally found you here.
Excuse me. But back to the original point. So, musical contrast. So, go back where this wall of sound here.
Here. Ding dong, finally found you here.
Ding dong, looks like we have won. Now you're in. Ding dong, pay the consequence.
Ding dong, looks like
He goes, they stack and they go whoa, and then they're stacking. As I was saying, forgive me, I hit my recording a little bit on my phone. They were stacking, and then it just whoa, and then it just whoosh, for a split second. It's like the power of silence, musical contrast. So you want to talk about it.
Ding dong, pay the consequence.
ding dong, looks like
It's not complete silence, but it's just whispers in the background, and it's just. I mean, you're holding your breath, waiting for the next thing to happen. You know, it's creative stuff here.
Ding dong, pay the consequence.
ding dong, looks like we have won.
It's so satisfying. You even hear the sigh. It's almost like you want to sigh with it. You know.
Now you're it. Ding dong, pay the consequence.
The dums, the dum-dum-dums in this were also panned like they were in the beginning. In the little side.
Hurry back.
My apologies. I have no idea how much storage is on my phone, so this is gonna be a bit of a cringe video the amount of times it's cut out. Forgive me. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, I was sitting here listening to the end, and I was thinking, oh, this is great and dandy. But then Jeff hit some crazy sub, and we're gonna go back and we're gonna listen to this. So, give me just a second. Okay.
Looks like we have won. Now you're it. Ding dong, pay the consequence. Hurry
That's a C#1, folks. I mean, he's done this before, and he's done lower, but I mean, listen to the little bit of the dissonance in this too. Like, listen to this. C#1. For those of you in my audience who don't know a C#1, let me show you. Is this it here? That note. Jeff is hitting this with his voice. Albeit it's not full chest voice. He's using a sub-harmonic. But that he's still hitting this note with his vocal cords. Nuts. And for those of you who don't know what a sub-harmonic is, I will make a very brief explanation to it.
Hey, Editing Drew here. I apologize, but I didn't fully know what I was talking about in this segment, so I'm going to reword it using this recording. Sub-harmonics are created using normal vocal folds. Normal vocal folds, not false vocal folds. And they could also be best described as adding vocal fry over a note that you're singing already. That creates a note, or I'm sorry, a pitch that is exactly one octave down from the note that you are already singing. If you want to know more about subs, you can take a look at Bass 2 Yang's video on sub-harmonics. Just go to YouTube, search Bass 2 Yang, BASS2YANG, and type in sub-harmonics following that, and you should be able to find it. Back to your originally scheduled programming.
So we're going to listen to this sub one more time, and then we'll close out the video.
Consequence.
Da, 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 da. It's the closest I can do right now. I use ingressive phonation for my super low notes. So anyway, that was my first reaction and analysis. Hope you guys liked it, and stay tuned for the next videos and podcasts I'll have coming up. And we'll see you guys next time. This has been Drew on the Vocast. See you ladies and gents later.